Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are talking about my monthly roundup of beauty favorites for January. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As many of you know, I have an online beauty consulting service. This is where you and I chat about any and all beauty concerns you might have. Whether you have specific questions about makeup application and techniques, or if you just want some advice about which shades work best for you and your skin tone, or whether you're a bit overwhelmed with the amount of products on the market and you just need some help putting together a skincare routine, it's totally up to you. The perk of using my services versus going into a store is you get my unbiased opinion. I don't work for any brands in particular. I work for myself, so I will just give you my best advice and you can do with that what you want. So if you want to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. Okay, let's dive in. Just as a warning, if you hear like beeping noises, truck noises, we have a lot of snow in Montreal and they are clearing the snow and the sidewalks, so you might hear some noises. So my monthly favorites here is mostly all makeup. I tried a lot of makeup this month and a lot of it is new and some of it is new to me but part of like a permanent collection somewhere. So the first item up is a foundation. This is the Clé de Peau Beauty Radiant Fluid Foundation Matte and I have two shades. I have 020 Medium Light Ochre and B20 Light Medium Beige. Over the holiday / my birthday, two friends independently sent me these foundations. So I have both colors here. And today I'm wearing B20 Light Medium Beige, but both of these are pretty similar. I did an entire video dedicated to this foundation here, and I did like half face with each shade and they were both pretty close. This foundation is just really nice. I know it's a matte and normally I avoid any matte foundation, but it's not drying. It doesn't suck the moisture out. It doesn't settle into any fine lines. It's a nice medium coverage. It's a bit more coverage than what I usually wear. My other foundations tend to be a bit lighter, but it's just like a really nice velvet finish. I think I compare it closely to the Chanel Sublimage L'Essence de Teint. This new one here from Chanel, it's both in the soft velvet matte finish, and so I really love this foundation here, so it makes sense that I love this one here as well. Next we have something from Chanel. This is the Fleurs de Printemps Blush and Highlighter Duo. This is part of their spring release, the very limited spring release that came to North America. I absolutely love this product here. Sometimes I layer them, like I'll go into the blush first and then apply the highlighter over top. But also what I like to do is just to swirl my brush around and mix them together. The highlighter is really fine. It's not a chunky glitter. It reminds me of the Hourglass blushes that just give you that really luminous glow. This compact here is just so lovely. I know Chanel comes out with a new release like every 2 weeks it feels like, but this one here actually is really nice and it's a nice peachy coral. Like sometimes a coral can be very orange, but this one is much softer and I really like it. I've owned it for several weeks. I don't know how many weeks, maybe a month, but you can tell that it's very well loved. I use this all the time. Okay, next up is another blush, and this one here is from Guerlain. This is part of their spring release. So this is their Pearl Glow collection, and these are the pink pearls. And this is just a beautiful blush. In the canister, you have a combination of pink, like light pink, dark pink. You have some beautiful cool toned shimmer pearls, warm toned shimmer pearls, and in this you get that combination of highlighter and blush 2 in 1. This is what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing this blush here and I just think it's so beautiful, so lovely. You can go really sheer, you can make it really dark. It's just really nice and I love how extra these Meteorite pearls are. Just the whole thing is just so extra and I love it. And of course, these have the most beautiful, subtle Meteorite fragrance. I think every Meteorite pearl has a scent. Do they make unscented Meteorite pearls? I've never heard of that. Now, moving on to a face powder. This is the Chantecaille Hummingbird Blurring Powder. This is the one that came out last spring. Now, I was feeling some very deep makeup regret because I passed on it. I was like, it's just a powder, but honestly, the packaging is absolutely stunning. I love the hummingbird, I love the orange, and the powder itself is actually really nice. It's a really nice, soft blurring effect. It's really lovely. It's not too heavy, it's not too cakey, and my regular sales associate that I shop through at Holt Renfrew, Jessica, she's fantastic. I highly recommend her. She gave this to me as a Christmas gift, which I thought was so lovely. So now I don't have to live with this like deep makeup regret. I have the Hummingbird blurring powder. And for those of you wondering, Chantecaille is set to come out with this blurring powder again for the spring release this year. However, they're going to be adding more shades, more colors. So be on the lookout for some new Chantecaille powders. Now, as far as lip products go, I have a lot of favorites this month, and half of these are like lip treatments. So first of all is the Dior Lip Maximizer. This is an old favorite. I've gone through several tubes of this. This is nothing new, but I think that like every winter, every cold season, I rediscover this. This is the Maximizer. This is the one with the minty tingling effect. And it just feels really nice. And I think I convinced myself that my lips look bigger when I wear this. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but I just find it to be really nice. I like the effect. I like the color it gives too. It's like a very nudie pink Your Lip, but better. So on a day that I can't really be bothered to figure too much out with my lips, I just really love to dip into this one here. Now, I also really love the lip oil. So the lip oil is much more nourishing. It does not have that tingling minty effect at all, and it's much thicker. It reminds me of a very nourishing gloss, but this one feels almost more like a treatment, like you're actually treating your lips. And I have two colors here. This one here, the pink one, 022 Ultra Pink. This is brand new to me. I got it in the spring release, but the more reddish shade, 015 Cherry, I've owned for about a year. I bought this initially when the lip oil release came out last spring, and I'm just really happy to add to my collection. I think this is nice. It's nice to have both. Like, I am a girl of extra, as you can tell, so it's kind of nice to have both options. Sometimes I want that minty tingling effect, and sometimes I just want to nourish my lips a bit more. I did get two more bold colors, but there's also a more coral color. There's a more deep grape color if you have deeper skin tone. There's also more nudie colors as well. So you don't have to go for like the bright pink popsicle lip colors, but I do love how pink and beautiful these are. Speaking of Dior, I got my hands on one of their new Le Rouge lipsticks, and these are the refillable lipsticks. Now, if I ever manage to actually use up one of these lipsticks, I can actually buy a new cartridge. So you just pull it out here, there we go, and you can just buy a refill. So this is part of their new spring release, and this shade here is called Pink Sakura, which is just like a really nice pink neutral shade. This goes with like any look. It's not too cool toned, not too warm toned. It's just like a really easy pinky nude. If you like these types of easy colors, I think you'll like this one here. And it has a nice satin finish, so it's not too drying. It feels really comfortable throughout the whole day, but since it is more of a satin finish, you will have to reapply after like eating and drinking, but it feels really comfortable. So this is definitely a win for me. Something else here from Chanel. This is the Le Lion lipstick collection, and I have the Rouge Allure Velvet number 227 Beige Rugissant. This bullet lipstick, the Rouge Allure Velvet, is more matte. The Dior one here is more satin, and this one is a bit more matte. So this one is a little bit more drying, but more long wearing. So it's always like a balance between more comfortable or more long wearing. It's always one or the other. So today I went ahead and filled in my lips with this lipstick here, and then I just took a touch of this pink lip oil and just put it at the center of my lip for my pout here today. This Beige Rugissant is a true nude. It's not pink, it's not red, it's not orange. It's really just like a beigey nude, but it doesn't look deathly. Sometimes a beigey nude can just wash you out and look way too pale. This has a nice amount of warmth to it. So it looks like my lips, but better and just slightly warm as well. The whole Le Lion collection, I think there's maybe 6 or 7 different colors. Half of them I already owned. I did a whole video on this lipstick here. So I didn't get every new release in this collection here because it's the same formula and certain colors, it's the same color, but they just added a lion logo here on the top. I definitely am someone who would buy a lipstick just because I love the logo. That's just who I am. But I'm really glad that I went with this nudie color here. I just think it's really easy and you can just throw on a lip gloss or a lip oil and just kind of zhuzh it up a bit. I forgot to mention, for those of you asking, the Dior lipstick has absolutely no scent to it whatsoever. Like sometimes a product might have a perfume or even like a cosmetic scent. This one has no scent. And the Chanel one kind of has like a cosmetic scent. You know how sometimes a makeup product will just smell like makeup? The Chanel one has that. Now, the last lip product here is from Bobbi Brown, and this is the Crushed Shine Jelly Stick in the shade Honey. Now, the Bobbi Brown one doesn't have a scent either. So I would describe this as a very pigmented chapstick. I think it's technically a lipstick, but if it's a lipstick, it's very, very sheer, but it's really nice. I think it's more nourishing, more of a lip balm than anything else with lots of pigment. I think this is great for the colder winter months. If you're not sure what to wear, you can just like slap this on very liberally. You can go overboard with the contour of the lip a little bit because it's not too dark. And it's kind of just like your lips, but better and moisturized. So this was kind of like an impulse buy. I was like, I haven't bought anything from Bobbi Brown in a long time, and I just on a whim clicked on this one, and I'm really happy I did. It's really nice. I think they have 5 other colors to choose from, some more pink, more berry, more dark. So you can really find like your lips, but better in a variety of different ways. Okay, so next up are items that I received in PR. So the first one here is from Paulas Choice, and this is the Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant, and this has salicylic acid. So when I first talked about this, I think I mentioned it in a haul video, and so many of you told me how much you loved this product. So I thought, okay, I can try it out. Oh my goodness, it's so fantastic. So for several months now, I have been battling what can be best described as like mask acne. I'm sure some of you are familiar. And this product here is a leave-on exfoliator. So you put it on a cotton round and you swipe it all over your face. You can do it morning and night. I personally like to do it only at night. And this helps unclog pores. It helps get rid of all the gunk and debris, and I find it also works with texture, just making your skin smoother and softer. It's also supposed to help even out skin tone like discoloration. This stuff is fantastic. I had never really heard of it before, but apparently a lot of you have. I know that this was sent to me for free, and this is not sponsored in any way. I have like no obligation to say anything, but this is genuinely a really good product. They claim that this is supposed to gently refine and clarify pores, diminish the appearance of wrinkles, unclog and shrink enlarged pores, and I find that it actually works. It really just helps get rid of the buildup of dead skin cells and oils and debris, and I exfoliate regularly anyway, but this personally really helped me with the mask acne, so I think it's a really good product. Something really important to remember is you absolutely have to wear a sunscreen, like period. You should be wearing a sunscreen every single day, but especially if you are to use this product here, you must use a sunscreen because it can make your skin more sensitive. So if you use this, wear a sunscreen. Okay, next up here is a blush, and this is from Kevyn Aucoin, and this was sent to me from the Skin Store, and I have the shade called Grapevine. So this is just a really lovely rosy plum, and again, I love the extra packaging. I love the gradient. I love the mix of light to dark purple. When I wear this, I just like swirl my brush in liberally and then apply. It gives you just a really lovely flush of rosy plum color, and it's just really nice. I love that the outside packaging also matches the inside. The top of the package here looks like a nice dark plum, so it just kind of goes with the whole motif, and I'm a really big fan. I just realized that I never did like a monthly favorites for December, because in December I just did like a year of favorites. So I sort of skipped my favorites in December, but I do remember wearing this a whole lot over the winter break and leading into January as well. Okay, last but not least is something here from Givenchy Beauty. This is the Prisme Libre Loose Powder in the shade 1 Mousseline Pastel. So this here is the packaging for the Lunar New Year, but the actual powder, the product here itself is not new or limited edition. I think there's like 7 or 6 different shades to choose from. So regardless of your skin tone, you can find a product for you. This packaging here, just literally the cap here, is limited edition and special. You know, we like our special limited edition makeup. But all that being said, if you cannot find this certain packaging, the other powder still exists on the market. So with this here, you take the cap off. I'm sure many of you are familiar. You have your little sponge here. You just go upside down like this, and then you have a beautiful mixture of all 4 of these beautiful colors. And then once you apply it, all 4 of these colors just like mix in together and just beautify your skin tone. It's technically matte, but it's not a harsh drying matte. It's more just like a beautiful little veil of unified skin tone. I think it's the best way I can describe it. Okay guys, I think that is it for my monthly favorites. Very makeup heavy, but that is my channel. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. What were some of your favorites? Did you like any of these products that I mentioned? Do you like them or dislike them? Leave a comment down below. If you are new to my channel, I talk about nothing but luxury beauty, and when I get a new collection, I will create multiple different looks with the same items, so that way you guys at home really get a sense on how to use up all of your makeup. So if that sounds interesting, I would highly recommend you subscribe to my channel. So I think this is all I have for today. So thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.